Are you listening? Are you really listening? This is critical. This is about your life. As a cardiothoracic surgeon who has spent decades inside the human body, Dr. Oz has seen it all. He's seen the triumphs and the tragedies, the resilience of the human spirit, and the devastating consequences of neglect. Today, he's here to give it to you straight, no sugarcoating. We're talking about the 8 signs you should never ignore. These aren't minor inconveniences, folks. Ignoring these signs can have dire consequences, but recognizing them, that's where empowerment begins. That's where you take control of your health and potentially save your own life. Over the next few minutes, we're going to delve deep into each of these 8 warning signs. We'll uncover what they mean, why they happen, and what you can do about them. Remember, knowledge is power, and I'm here to empower you to take care of your health. Have you been noticing your clothes fitting looser? Don't mistake this for a blessing, my friends. Unexplained weight loss, and I'm talking about a significant drop without any changes to your diet or exercise routine, is a major red flag. Your body is a complex machine, and weight loss is often a sign that something is off kilter. It could be a sign of a metabolic issue like an overactive thyroid, or it could be something more serious. We're talking about chronic diseases like diabetes, where your body struggles to utilize glucose for energy, leading to weight loss. And then there's the big C word, cancer. Cancer cells are greedy. They consume massive amounts of energy, leading to unexplained weight loss. Now, I'm not saying that if you lose a few pounds, you need to panic. But if you see a significant unexplained drop in your weight, don't brush it off. Talk to your doctor. Get checked out. Early detection is key. We live in a society that glorifies the hustle, but when does pushing through become ignoring your body's cries for help? Persistent fatigue, the kind that lingers even after a good night's sleep, is not normal. This isn't just about feeling tired, my friends. This is about a lack of energy that disrupts your daily life. It could be a sign of something as simple as an iron deficiency, also known as anemia, which prevents your blood from carrying enough oxygen to your cells. Or it could be a sign of a thyroid disorder where your metabolism is thrown out of whack. And let's not forget about heart disease, a silent killer that often manifests as persistent fatigue. If you're constantly feeling drained, don't ignore it. Don't chalk it up to stress or being overworked. Listen to your body and get to the root of the problem. Breathing. It's something we do without thinking, a vital function we often take for granted. But what happens when taking a breath becomes a struggle? When even the simplest tasks leave you gasping for air? This, my friends, is shortness of breath, and it's a sign you should never ignore. Your lungs are responsible for taking in oxygen and expelling carbon dioxide. When something disrupts this delicate balance, shortness of breath can occur. It could be a sign of lung disease like COPD or emphysema, where the airways become damaged and inflamed. Or it could be a sign of heart problems, where your heart struggles to pump blood efficiently, leading to fluid buildup in the lungs. And in some cases, shortness of breath can even be a sign of a blood clot in the lungs, a life-threatening condition called a pulmonary embolism. If you're experiencing shortness of breath, especially if it comes on suddenly or is accompanied by chest pain, don't wait. Seek immediate medical attention. We've all experienced headaches, those annoying pangs of pain that can put a damper on our day. But there's a difference between a common headache and a severe, debilitating headache that feels like your head is going to explode. These aren't your average tension headaches, folks. These are headaches that come on suddenly, headaches that are accompanied by other symptoms like vision changes, numbness, or weakness. These are headaches that could be a sign of something seriously wrong. We're talking about neurological issues like meningitis and inflammation of the membranes surrounding the brain and spinal cord. We're talking about aneurysms, weak spots in blood vessels that can rupture and cause bleeding in the brain. And we're talking about extremely high blood pressure, a silent killer that can lead to stroke. If you experience a sudden severe headache, especially if it's unlike anything you felt before, don't hesitate. Get to the emergency room immediately. Let's talk about chest pain, a symptom that strikes fear into the hearts of many, and for good reason, my friends. Chest pain is often associated with your heart, and when it comes to your heart, there's no room for error. Chest pain can manifest in many ways, from a tight squeezing sensation to a sharp stabbing pain. It can radiate to your arms, your jaw, even your back. And while not all chest pain is a sign of a heart attack, it's a symptom you should never ignore. A heart attack occurs when blood flow to the heart muscle is blocked, usually by a blood clot. This is a life-threatening emergency that requires immediate medical attention. But chest pain can also be a sign of other serious heart conditions like angina, pericarditis, or even a heart valve problem. The bottom line is this: if you're experiencing chest pain, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. Let's be honest, folks, we don't talk about bowel movements enough. But the truth is, your gut is trying to tell you something. Changes in your bowel habits, especially if they persist for more than a few days, should never be ignored. We're talking about persistent diarrhea or constipation, blood in your stool, unexplained weight loss, and abdominal pain. These can all be signs of digestive disorders like irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's disease, or ulcerative colitis. But here's the kicker: changes in bowel habits can also be a sign of something far more sinister: colorectal cancer. This is a type of cancer that affects the colon or rectum, and early detection is crucial for successful treatment. So pay attention to what's going on in the bathroom. Don't be embarrassed to talk to your doctor about your bowel movements. Your life could depend on it. Our bodies are designed to heal, to clot blood and stop bleeding when we get injured. But what happens when you experience bleeding that has no explanation? When your body seems to spring a leak for no reason at all? This, my friends, is unexplained bleeding, and it's a sign that something is amiss. We're not just talking about a paper cut here. We're talking about blood in your urine, blood in your stool, vaginal bleeding after menopause, or coughing up blood. These are all signs that something is wrong internally. Unexplained bleeding could be a sign of an ulcer, a sore in the lining of your stomach or intestines. It could be a sign of a polyp, a growth that can develop in the colon or other parts of the digestive tract. And in some cases, it can even be a sign of cancer. The bottom line is this: bleeding that can't be explained by an injury or a known medical condition should never be ignored. Get it checked out by a medical professional. Fever. It's a sign that your body is fighting back, that your immune system is hard at work battling an infection. But what happens when the fever doesn't break, when it lingers for days or even weeks on end? This, my friends, is persistent fever, and it's a sign that something more serious could be brewing. A normal fever will usually go away on its own within a few days, but a persistent fever that doesn't respond to medication or is accompanied by other symptoms like chills, sweats, or unexplained weight loss could be a sign of a hidden infection. We're talking about infections like tuberculosis, endocarditis, or even certain types of cancer that can affect the immune system. These are serious conditions that require prompt medical attention. So, if you have a fever that just won't quit, don't ignore it. Don't try to tough it out. See your doctor and get to the bottom of it. There you have it, folks. 8 warning signs your body sends when something is seriously wrong. These signs are not meant to scare you, but to empower you. Knowledge is power, and by understanding these signs, you can take control of your health. If you experience any of these symptoms, don't panic, but don't ignore them either. Talk to your doctor, get checked out, and get the answers you need. Early detection is key when it comes to many health conditions, and it could very well save your life. Remember, your health is your most valuable asset. Take care of it, listen to your body, and stay informed.